This is my friend's Volvo V70.
I strongly disagree with this, but these cars are known for being a bit boring. So my friend Pascal decided to try and make this V70 a bit more interesting by changing its interior color.
From the factory, this car came with a light beige interior. But as you can see, Pascal already started changing the color. He finished the driver's side headrest and the rear seats, and then he stopped. Not because he didn't want to continue, but because it turned out to be way more work than expected.
And since Pascal has been helping me out a lot lately with, for example, my V70 project, I decided to help him out today and finish his little interior project. And I wanted to take you guys with me, so let's go and take this car to my garage.
Now that I've arrived at my garage, it is time to get started with the driver's seat. First, I remove the covers at the front of the rails, then loosen the 4 bolts holding everything in place. After disconnecting the wiring underneath and unbolting the seat belt, I can finally lift it out and move it inside to start working on it. Of course, we won't be repainting the headrest, so I'm quickly removing that. And now it's finally time to start turning this worn out beige into something a lot prettier.
Well, as you can probably see on camera too, this seat's super dirty, so I'm gonna go and clean it first before I get to work.
Even though I would say this step is optional, I think it's always a good idea to properly clean the seat before you get to work, even when it doesn't look dirty. This is because starting off with a clean surface will make the next step a bit easier and quicker.
Alright, now that I got the seat all nice and clean, I'm gonna go on to step 2, and that's to sand it.
This is definitely the most important step of this entire process. Because if you don't prep the surface properly, you will never get a decent end result. Usually, when I repaint an interior, I use the sanding pad provided with the product. However, I didn't order an entire package this time and I just got the paint itself. So today I'm using some Grit 600 sanding sheet, which works great too, if not better.
Alright, on to step number 3, and that's to degrease the seat.
This degreaser I'm using is the one that's provided when buying the full package. That I'll link in the description of this video. But if you decide to buy just the paint or any other brand of leather dye, you could also go with another type of mild degreaser.
And after spending quite some time on prepping, it is finally time to go and repaint these seats. Now, as you've already seen based on the headrest, the color we're going to repaint it today is Atacama, which is actually a V70R or S60R color. And I think it will look really good on this seat too. Also, I'm using Colorlock to paint these seats, but they sent me this weird bottle, but it is the same paint. Now, those of you that have been watching my other interior restoration videos know that I usually tell you guys to dab on the paint instead of rubbing it. But since I'm changing color, I know that I'll have to use a lot of layers, so I'm just going to get started by rubbing on the paint just to get the right base in this color, and then the last few layers I will dab on to get a more even layer.
As you can see, rubbing on the paint leaves you with lots of swirls. That's why I usually recommend to dab it on instead.
So actually, while looking at it like 10 seconds later, I do think dabbing it on is quicker when you do use a lot of product, because this is a lot thicker than this layer.
Okay, so back to dabbing after all, which gives you kind of a weird look at first, since we're changing color and you can still see the original beige through the orange. But we're not focusing on that too much, and my goal for now is to just cover the entire seat in paint. Or at least the leather parts.
Now, looking at it, I personally think I'd make these cloth parts black instead of Atacama too, but I'm not 100% sure what Pascal wants. So for now I'm just going to dye the leather parts and then I'll get back to this later, I think.
If you like, you can just dye the cloth parts along with the rest, but since they are pretty damaged, I think black would look better in this case. Of course, we want to keep the black plastic parts their original color too, so I'm using tape to carefully cover them up. And with that being done, I can go and paint the sides of the seat too, while still being careful around the parts I just covered up.
First layer's all nice and done, so I think I got only like 10 more to go.
But before we start to apply the second layer, I like to fully dry the paint using my hair dryer. You could also use a heat gun to do this, but if you do, you gotta make sure to keep a bigger distance to the seat to not damage it. And of course, if you have a fancy heat gun, you could also lower the heat.
Those of you that have been watching my other interior videos know that I always tell you guys not to use too much product in one go, and now you can clearly see what happens when you do. Well, I did do it on purpose this time because I will have to apply so many layers that it doesn't really matter for the first few layers, but when you use too much product for your first layers, you get a very spotty end result, and normally you only apply 2 layers when coloring your interior, and this time I will have to apply like 10 layers because it is a different color. But don't use too much product if you're not changing color, because this is the result that you will get.
Like I said, if you're just touching up the color of your interior, this second layer is when your seats are starting to look like new again. But in this case, it's just starting to look, well, a little bit more orange, I guess. Anyway, I'm trying not to focus on the end result too much yet, as I know it will take many more layers to get full coverage. Now, I must say I usually apply the second layer a lot faster than the first one, since that's the point where I start to get a hang of it again. And for the drying part, that felt a bit disappointing, since this color turns out a lot lighter when fully dry.
That's it for the second layer, and I still got a long way to go, so now let's go and test my teaching skills, because I'm gonna go and ask my cameraman if he can assist me. So you want to help me?
I do. Well, usually I am behind these cameras, but for this episode I am trying to help and be a good friend. So, okay.
So you just put a little bit of the dye on the sponge, and make sure to shake it once in a while. And then the bottle, yes. Yeah, okay. Not the sponge.
all right.
And then you just dab it on, like so. It's pretty easy. I try to start in the corners and then work my way up and down or something, instead of just going everywhere and then forgetting.
Then you know like where you put the paint. And in these edges you press like a bit harder.
Yeah. And it looks stupid, but it works, so it ain't stupid, right?
At least I saw you do it, so...
Yeah, just get a bit aggressive.
How do you know when it's like good enough?
Well, you can add as many layers as you want, so just go over every single part once, and then we dry everything and then we redo it. So just make sure you touch everything once. It doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, we have to do about 10 layers, I think.
Yeah, boy.
I don't even think we got enough paint, but let's see how far we get.
I try to be efficient.
Even though we still got a long way to go, you're slowly starting to see what the end result will be like. And I think this color is looking really good.
It's starting to look orange, so that's nice.
Okay.
Or brown. I don't even know if it's meant to be orange or brown, but I think it's orange, right?
Are you talking about my side or in general?
Well, the color of the headrest, because this isn't even close to Atacama yet.
Do you know where the name comes from?
No.
Atacama.
Atacama.
It's like a Japanese sport.
Is it?
No, but
Oh.
it sounds like.
Did you know there's 3 different interior colors of the Volvo R? You got dark blue, and that's called North Cap. And then you got this orange, which is called Atacama. And then you got beige. Is that how you say it in English?
Beige.
Beige, I guess. And that's
guess.
called Gobi. You don't even care
Gobi?
about Volvo, but I'm gonna teach you anyways.
I'm gonna tell you guys, usually I'm not a Volvo person.
You hate Volvos.
No, I'm just not a Volvo person. But I don't know, they start to grow on me a little bit. Let's just say that.
One day you'll own one too.
Who
A
knows?
V70.
I have a feeling that your side is like way more painted than mine.
I don't know.
Just say it like honestly. Okay, wait. Let me just
yeah,
show
a little
you.
bit.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me just show you my. So shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They put some on.
Yeah.
Are you crashing out?
No.
Okay. And then I'm put it like this.
Yeah, that's it. Good job.
Now you may have already noticed that this may not be the fastest way to change your interior color. So this extra set of hands came in perfect for me today.
So I just said at the beginning, usually I'm the guy behind the camera. But I meant, of course, like my job is a cameraman, so I don't do these stuff. So on like other channels, I will be the cameraman. But for your channel, I'm going to be the cameraman.
Yeah.
Right?
So the next series will be super epic, I think.
Super epic.
Because until now the camera work wasn't very professional.
Yeah, it was good. But
No, it wasn't.
I'm just trying to be sweet here. It was really good.
Anyway, today I got Patrick in front of the camera instead of behind it. And I would definitely recommend doing this together with someone if possible, if you decide to repaint your interior using this method. Now we're just applying layer after layer after layer, which is of course super repetitive. But when you're doing this together, it's actually pretty fun.
Looks pretty decent, not gonna lie.
Only 5 more layers to go.
So we have, this is how it should look like.
Getting there.
Yeah, just a couple shades, like 10,
Yeah.
10 layers.
I think we're currently at 5 layers of paint, applying layer number 6. And even though this video will be about 50 minutes long, we spent our entire day just on this single seat. We ended up applying 8 layers, which is a little less than I expected, but I can see why my friend Pascal didn't finish painting his entire interior. For comparison, this is the faded, worn-out beige we started off with today, which was in desperate need of some love and care. And here we got the final result after a full day of work. The seat may not be perfect, but I think it looks pretty decent again.
This seat's all nice and done, but we just ran out of paint, so luckily I could finish this seat, but I cannot go and finish the rest. So I think for now the interior will be 2 colors again. But I think you get the point on how to change interior color, even though I don't think this is the easiest nor the fastest way. But I hope you did learn something today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!